What is going on, everybody? I am the FDGURU, bringing to you guys a Monday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. As usual, I will be talking about the main slate tonight on FanDuel. 8 games, 1 value play for each position. I'm doing a free Guru credit code in this video. Just give this video a like, subscribe. Looking to start the week off on the right note. We also have some Monday Night Football tonight. Bit of a tough matchup. Texans and Cowboys might be a snooze fest. I think the Texans might, run away with that one. But nonetheless, we have content to provide. I will have the After Hours NBA on the Dub Club. Most likely doing a extra single game NFL lineup on the Dub Club. A lot of you guys are with me now on the Dub Club because you took advantage of that free week. Still have it below this video. You can sign up on the Dub Club as a new user for a free week with the link below. Tons of extra content. We cashed the single game last night. But let's get after today's video. We have, a lot of great value out there. We do have some guys out, couple questionable guys, but not an overwhelming amount of questionable guys. I really, really like this slate. There's a few really good games. So I'm excited to talk about this. And as usual, I will be, moving fairly fast and making this video as informative, short and sweet as possible. I'll give you guys that Guru credit code after the first couple of my plays. So for point guard, we have some awesome spend ups tonight. De'Aaron Fox with no Sabonis. He's been absolutely cooking. 109 points in the last 2 games. Insane. Cade Cunningham in an unbelievable matchup. He's at home against the Bulls. He looks good too. He's been a triple-double threat really every game so far this season. He's looked awesome. So at 9,400, don't mind that. So some great spend-up options. We have Steph Curry questionable. That's something to keep an eye out on. Looks like Lillard is coming back from his concussion. He's probable tonight. For the value play in this video, though, we're going to just go with a trusty guy who should be honestly 5K or more at this point. Davion Mitchell, Emmanuel quickly running into the injury bug to start this year, and Mitchell has been stepping in his absence. I do like Davion Mitchell a bunch tonight. Quickly has, he had that pelvic injury in the first game of the season, and then he came back and he hurt his elbow after 2 games. So this guy is running into a lot of things right now. Davion Mitchell will be starting. It's an unbelievable matchup. This game, the Raptors and Pacers and the Bulls and Pistons are my 2 favorite games tonight. We have a 234 over-under in both games within 4-point spreads, so it should be competitive. We have a couple of other really high over-unders tonight. Knicks and Wizards, 233. Kings and Hawks, 237. So like I said, this slate looks awesome. I like Davion Mitchell as a value play at 4,600. He's hit value in the last 2 games, 32 minutes. He even played 33 minutes, had a really bad game there, only 1 point. Still almost hit value, getting 18. At 4,600, he needs 22 fantasy points to hit value. He's averaging that on the year, and that's, an average across all of the games, even the games he hasn't started. So he's looked good over the last 2 games. He grades out really well in an awesome matchup against the Pacers. The pace should be great, and there should be a lot of points scored. So I like Davion Mitchell. Shooting guard, we are going to go, I honestly forget who did I have at shooting guard? There's a decent amount of good options. I know who I have at small forward. I'm trying to figure out if I put him at shooting guard or not. That's weird. Oh, it's Jesus. Tyrese Haliburton. Spend up at 8,500. Love him tonight. He's been off and on all year, but the Pacers, in general have been off and on. I think Haliburton carries the load of this team, and if he has a good game, the Pacers are going to win. If he has a bad game, they're probably going to lose. Yesterday, back-to-back against the Heat. They looked bad in that first game. Looked a lot better yesterday. 37 minutes, 16 and 13, 45 fantasy points, 8,500. If you remember Haliburton from the past couple of years, he's been 9,500, sometimes 10K, so I do like this price. Yes, he hasn't been that consistent this year, but this is strictly a matchup play for me. Again, I couldn't like this Raptors and Pacers game anymore. As bad as the Pacers have looked, they get a nice road matchup against the Raptors, who are 2-12. So I don't care how bad the Pacers have looked this year. This matchup against the Raptors is awesome. Again, 234 over-under, 3-point spread. Probably going to be competitive. We do have a Q tag on Miles Turner, so we want to keep an eye out on that. If he were to miss, obviously that would bump usage up to guys like Halliburton and Benedict Mathurin, and then we'd be looking at, front court value like Obi Toppin or Jarris Walker. So something to keep an eye out on. It's a 7:30 Eastern game. The slate locks at 7 o'clock, so we'll have to see. Miles Turner could be a good play if he is playing tonight. But Tyrese Halliburton, 8,500, I do like spending up on him tonight. Going over to my website for that GURU credit code, go to the shop page as usual. Make an account. It takes 2 seconds. You just got to validate an email. No credit card required. These credits that you will get by typing in this coupon bar can buy all content. So, for example, NFL Monday Night Football lineups tonight, NBA main slate lineups for FanDuel and DraftKings. This is the universal currency on my site. Type in the date, Nov 18 NBA 24 for the year. All capital letters. Apply coupon. You will see 15 credits go into your account. And as I always ask, just like the video if you can. It's free. It takes a second, so I can continue to branch out to, more people, new people. And subscribe to the video or subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. Small forward, I like Paul George a ton tonight. There's really nothing I've seen over the last few games that wouldn't want me to pick Paul George. The huge thing here is Joel Embiid is now doubtful with an illness. There's always something going on with Joel Embiid, and this time he's not feeling too great. His tummy hurts, so we're going to take advantage here and pick Paul George. We could even look at in my opinion, the current rookie of the year, TikTok sensation. God, shake my head. Jared McCann has looked great, 6,100 now, but with no Embiid and him most likely starting, he's going to be the number 2 guy behind Paul George tonight. Even at that price going up at that 6,100 tag, I still like him. Probably going to play 32 to 38 minutes. And he's been over a fantasy point per minute kind of guy over the last 4 games. So with no Embiid, that'll boost up McCain as well. But I do like Paul George, 7,300, far too cheap. His minutes restriction is officially over. Played 35 minutes against Orlando. He's going to grade out really well. He's projected for over 40 fantasy points right now. He only needs 36 at that price tag. If FanDuel could restart and redo the salaries, given the information, with Embiid being out against the Heat, I think Paul George would be like $8,500 tonight. So we are getting a huge price drop here on Paul George at 7,300. I think he's a huge play. Also, to add on to all of the positives, he's multi-positional eligible on FanDuel, small forward and shooting guard, multiple ways you can get him in your lineups tonight. Power forward, another pretty chalky play. No reason not to go back to Trey Lyles against the Hawks. This is a great game tonight. 5-point spread. No Domantas Sabonis. No DeRozan. I don't know how many. I want to laugh at you guys, but I'm sure plenty of you guys watching this video fell into the Keon Ellis trap last game. Didn't end up starting. He was like 80% owned in cash games. -2 fantasy points. What a stat line out of Keon Ellis. He was chalk last slate. Unfortunately, I ended up eating Peyton Pritchard, who blew me up. If Pritchard had a great game, we would have absolutely dominated. When was that? November 16th. So that was Saturday? Yeah, that was Saturday. So Keon Ellis, we can be confirmed that you cannot trust him coming off the bench. I can't trust any of these Kings guys outside of Trey Lyles, De'Aaron Fox. Keegan Murray looks great, projects out great, but he screwed me last slate too. He's got a great ceiling, but past 4 games, he's been pretty bad, even with Sabonis out. He's in play at 6,600. The matchup couldn't be any better against the Hawks. He's at home. Huge over-under. You could look at him. But I love Trey Lyles at 4,500. He obviously shouldn't be 4,500 in the absence of Sabonis. 41 in 34 minutes over the last 2 games. Needs just 22 fantasy points. Has he been a great per minute kind of guy? No. But when you're playing over 30 minutes and you're only $4,500 and you only need just over 20 fantasy points, you don't have to be some Giannis Antetokounmpo out on the court. You just kind of have to run into things. And Lyles should be able to do this against the Hawks tonight. Other things going on last slate too. People were on Alex Len, who ended up being a bust playing 12 minutes. You just can't trust any of these Kings guys other than Lyles, other than Fox, who I love again, even at his elevated price tag. And then Keegan Murray still grades out really well tonight, but he hasn't been great. Kevin Huerter, 6K now. Tough to trust him. We know his upside, 44.5, 41.5 over the last 5 games, 2 40s. If you want to throw him in a GPP, great. But at 6K, he needs 30 fantasy points to hit value. He's by no means a cash game play for me tonight. The risk is too high, but he does have a high reward if he does have one of those, Kevin Huerter ceiling games, which could end up winning you tournaments. Still don't like the price. I'll have to see if I fit him in a GPP lineup or not tonight. But at power forward, we're going with Trey Lyles. And then for center, there's a lot of great center plays tonight. I love this slate. Barring any other crazy news happening, I love this slate. We have Embiid doubtful, Sabonis doubtful. Cat looks unbelievable against the Wizards. The one negative thing here is they are 14-point favorites. 14.5-point favorites now. So there could be a blowout. Cat could not be playing in the fourth quarter here tonight against the Wizards. Is there a chance he hits value in 3 quarters? Absolutely. His price is not high enough. He's playing like a 10K player. 9,200, really cheap on him. He got 58 in just 29 minutes against the Nets. So 58 fantasy points in 3 quarters in a blowout. He could do the same exact thing tonight against the Wizards. 39 minutes, 67. This guy's been absolutely cooking. Looks really good in his new orange and blue threads in New York. I love Towns tonight if you can afford him. He's not like a primary pay-up option for me. I'm looking at guys like De'Aaron Fox and Halliburton and, Cade Cunningham. But Towns looks great one way or the other. Definitely someone you want to keep an eye out on the center position. Another guy you could look at is Bam Adebayo, coming off of a couple good games. 66 against Indy 2 games ago. He's playing huge minutes. Jimmy Butler ruled out, I'm pretty sure, once again. Oh, shit. Jimmy Butler's available today. Okay, never mind. I did not see that earlier today. I do not like Bam at 8,500 with Jimmy Butler back. I mean, you could go with him still, but I don't love him nearly as much as I loved him with Jimmy Butler out. We're going to go to Jakob Poeltl. $7,600. This guy's been an absolute monster for the Raptors. As I was describing with Halliburton earlier, I am in love with this Pacers and Raptors game. The matchup is fantastic. You just have 2 pretty bad teams right now going at it who love to score points, and they don't like to play defense, and they like to play at a fast pace. All great DFS things. Poeltl should be over 8K at this point. He's been crushing 62 and 50 in his last 2 games. He's hit value in his last 4 games. At $7,600, he needs 37 fantasy points to hit value. He's projected for 40. And if Miles Turner's out, that could make things even better. If Miles Turner is in, I don't really care either way. I like Poeltl. He's been playing monster minutes. And if this game stays close, we could see him play 35 to 37 minutes. And he's projected for over 40 fantasy points right now. He should be over 8,000. 7,600, his price is creeping up there, but I still like him a lot at this price and this spot against the Pacers. That'll do it for this video, guys. Punch in that Guru credit code. Give it a like. Get over to my website later on for NBA content, NFL content, and let's have a great night tonight. Until next time, I am the FD Guru. Peace.